Welcome once again to SoCo Chat, a podcast where we hear directly from county leaders, discuss the latest news, and talk about all things concerning our beautiful corner of California known as Sonoma County. Welcome back to SoCo Chat. I'm your host, Paul Gullickson, Communications Manager for the County of Sonoma, and we thank you once again for joining us. Today, we're excited to welcome back a familiar face, Emma Diemert, the Animal Shelter Supervisor at Sonoma County Animal Shelter. She joined us back in June, if you remember, to discuss the incredible work being done at the shelter, as well as the safety of our pets during those sweltering summer days. This time, we've asked her to come back to give us some tips on caring for our pets during those inevitable cold nights to come, as well as the atmospheric rivers that have become a regular part of our Sonoma County winters. And of course, Emma, as always, has brought along a few furry friends that we will be meeting, and we look forward to hearing more about, as well as about the conditions, what's going on at the Sonoma County Animal Shelter, and some programs that might interest you. But before we do, we'd like to start with, as always, our weekly trivia question. And our question this week is this: what two movies offered scenes that were filmed at the Santa Rosa train station at Railroad Square? And here's a hint. One of them was in black and white. If you know, call us at 707-565-2242 or email us at publicaffairs@sonoma-county.org. And if you're correct, you'll win a SoCo Chat coffee mug or your choice of any of our SoCo Chat items, including this water flask or hat and I'm also throwing in a special gift card for coffee at Pete's or Starbucks, your choice. So please call in if you know the answer. What two movies offered scenes that were filmed at the Santa Rosa train station? So with that, let's move on to our discussion. Emma, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's always an exciting day when you come by with your friends.
Yes.
We are very popular on those days.
I'm so glad.
So let's start off by reminding listeners what it is that you do at the animal shelter.
Sure. So I am the shelter supervisor at Animal Services. So I manage animal care staff, as well as collaborate with animal care staff about behavior outcomes for animals. And we work with rescue organizations, do adoption visits, all sorts of fun stuff at the shelter. Yeah.
Well, and come on and do a podcast.
And come on and do a podcast,
at the comms department. And well, thank you. And so can you give us an update on how things are going at the shelter these days?
Sure, yeah. So right now, our population is what I would consider mid-level. It's pretty decent right now. We do have an influx of puppies at the moment.
Puppies?
Yes, lots of puppies. We've recently got in about 6 to 7 litters of puppies, ranging from 6 to 12 weeks. And we just had a German Shepherd give birth to 9 puppies.
Oh my
and they're
gosh.
about 4 weeks old right now.
Yeah. Must be fun.
They're super cute.
They have a lot of work, though.
A lot of work, but luckily we have Mom, so she's doing pretty much all of the work. But yeah, population-wise, I think we have about 90 dogs and 30-ish cats right now.
So what's behind this surge in puppies? Is that a seasonal thing?
Not necessarily. I mean, dogs tend to breed when the weather is nicer, but in terms of us seeing an influx, I think it's probably more so to do with lack of resources in the county for spay-neuter programs, leading to a lot of accidental litters, because that's what we're seeing is folks who have 2 adult dogs that they haven't gotten fixed yet, and then they accidentally have a litter, and then they end up at our facility because they, don't have the resources to take care of 11 puppies. So that's kind of where we're seeing a lot of that. And then some of them are just strays. People are finding litters of puppies as stray animals, so they get brought to us. Yeah.
And you were noting before we went on the air about how kittens are really in the spring.
Yes.
That's kitten season, right?
Yeah, cats breed seasonally, so they tend to breed in the wintertime, and then they end up giving birth more towards springtime. And so we'll see an influx of kittens during springtime, and that can last through midsummer as well. And so when people are wanting kittens, I usually recommend that they start looking in the springtime, because you're not really going to find a whole lot of them in December. Because we do get some people who are like saying they want a kitten as a Christmas present. You're not really necessarily going to find a kitten, at least a young kitten in the wintertime. It's pretty difficult to do. So
well, you might have a puppy.
Yes,
you know?
we can set you up with a puppy. That's for sure.
Well, we'll talk more about that. So, well, let's meet the furry friends you brought today.
Sure.
Tell me, let's talk about Marlo here.
So this is Marlo. He is a black and white pit bull mix. He's 4 years old. He came to us as a stray, and he's been in our care since August. Marlo is visually impaired, so he's got some extra considerations for, someone interested in adopting him. He's going to need a little bit more guidance and help because he is visually impaired. And, it doesn't slow him down. He's still very active. He's still very, friendly. And you kind of just have to speak to him before you go and reach for him so he can, orient himself to you. And he has been with us, I think I said since August.
Okay. And how old do you think he is?
He's 4.
Okay.
Yeah. He's 4 years old, and he's a super sweet dog. And his adoption fee is actually sponsored by one of our volunteers. So his fee for adoption is free.
So what kind of family or would be best for him? Or
I think anyone willing to put in that extra amount of work. He doesn't need a whole lot of extra work, but somebody that can work with him in his visual impairment and, making those special accommodations for him when he needs it, like walking. If you don't have, him close in your eyesight or close to you, he can definitely bump into things. He can hurt himself if you're not paying attention to him. If he's in a space where he's not leashed, he's going to need to be monitored so he doesn't, hurt himself accidentally by, eating something he's not supposed to, running into something he's not supposed to,
Might not be good for a house with a lot of breakables down low.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I definitely don't know that I'd recommend him a lot with children just because of that visual impairment. Kids tend to grab and pull. And if Marlo is startled, that might scare him. Not to say that he would do anything, but it is, he does have that visual impairment that can frighten him easily if he's caught off guard.
Well, he's incredibly loving.
He's super sweet dog. He knows sit, down, and shake. Yeah. So he's already pretty well trained.
Well, he's popular here in our office.
Yeah.
And so, and now tell us about our other friend. We got a variety today.
We do have a variety. So we brought a guinea pig. His name is C3PO. He is 2 years old. He was also found as a stray, brought in by one of our officers, and he's been with us since October.
Okay. Could I hold C3PO? I heard he's very friendly. I haven't had a chance.
He is.
Oh, look at him. You are adorable. Can you want to speak into the mic there? Did you get something to say? He actually sounds like C3PO with all the squeaking, pop, bing, bing, pop, pop.
He's a super sweet guinea pig. A lot of the times guinea pigs can be skittish with new people, but he's actually really friendly. It seems whoever had him previously really worked at acclimating him to people and being picked up and handled because he doesn't mind it at all.
And beautiful coloring. How old do you think he is?
About 2. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And he's got his little
adopt me
cape.
vest.
He's a super guinea pig.
He's ready.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And so what kind of owner would be best for somebody for like C3PO?
I think a beginner home would be great for him since he is so friendly and allows you to handle him so well. I think that anyone looking to kind of get into owning a guinea pig can certainly try him out first. I think people get guinea pigs a lot of the times because they think they're low maintenance. And they are for a pet, but they are still maintenance. Yeah. But I think he would be a great one for a beginner.
Okay. And would somebody need to have their own cage and be ready to take them?
Yes. To have a guinea pig, you do need a proper enclosure, something large enough for them to have enough space to get some proper exercise. So not what you're thinking like a tank or something smaller. Guinea pigs do need a substantial amount of space to roam around. Some people let their guinea pigs free roam, so it just depends on how he acclimates into the home.
Well, This is one very chill.
Yeah, he's
pig.
super chill.
I think he likes me.
You think you need him.
Tell us about the how you go about fostering a pet.
Sure.
What is that process like, and how is it different for a dog versus someone like C3PO here?
So we mainly focus on our dog fosters and our kitten fosters. Those are our two areas where we need the most assistance. And to become a foster, it's an application process where you go online, you fill out our foster application, it gets reviewed by staff and then approved. And once it's approved, we reach out to you to kind of chit chat about what you think would work best for you and what works best for us in terms of fostering. And it's a pretty simplified process. We provide all of the medical care for the animals, all of the supplies down to like bowls if you need it, dog beds, treats, poop bags. We give it all to you. And so you don't have to worry about that cost associated with it either. And we look for fosters for our adult dogs a lot more than anything because we're looking for someone that can help, break an animal out of that shyness if they're feeling it, or if they need a break from the shelter because it is a very stressful environment. We really like to have those out in foster care. And we also do a weekend foster where you can take a dog for a couple days and then bring that dog back.
So you essentially see how it goes and whether it's a good fit for you.
Yeah, we can definitely try those out. And we also have our Doggy Day Out program, which falls under our foster program.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's new program for us and it's been really successful, and that is where we have you sign up as a foster and it goes through the same review process, and then you sign up for an appointment in order to take a dog out for the day. You can take them to a brewery, you can take them to the parks, you can take them to your house if you wanted to just have a chill day. And then you bring them back that afternoon. And it's been really successful. We've had a few adoptions come from it because people are kind of getting to know the dog and they're seeing them out in public and seeing how they do out in the real world instead of in a kennel. And it gives us a lot of information too, because then we can say to a potential adopter, oh, they didn't like this. Oh, they were perfect at this winery. So you don't have to worry about them in public. And it's been really helpful for us and the dogs, because they get a break. They get to go do something really fun for the afternoon, and then
I can see how we would all benefit from that. I mean, I unfortunately I lost my dog. He was 16-year-old Sheltie a couple of years ago. I miss him, you know, and having Marlo here makes me feel good. And, and so I can see spending a day fostering a day out with a dog would be great. But I imagine it's also good for the dog too. So they're not. So they can, and it probably helps them in getting adopted later on.
For sure. Yeah, because then they can go network with the people they're seeing and show the dog off, and they have their little adopt me vests, and they get to tell you all about the dog.
And it's
and it's been really great. And the dogs, need quality enrichment, and so that includes stimulating them more than you can do in a shelter environment. And taking them out into the real world is perfect.
It's good for them. How much does it cost if somebody does the day out daycare program, is that free, or is there a cost to that?
There's no cost associated to that.
Okay.
We have park passes on hand as well.
Oh, great.
We've partnered with the Parks Department, and they've given us passes for our volunteers.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so that's been really fun, and that comes with volunteering in general too. So there's no cost. We give the Doggy Day Out walkers a goodie bag, and that includes treats, a bowl for water, a water bottle. We stuff it with all sorts of goodies that you're going to need for the day, and it's in this little backpack, and the walkers take that with them, and so then there's no cost associated except for the activities that you're interested in doing.
Yeah. When you mentioned treats, Marlo got very excited there.
He loves a treat. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for walking us through that. There's just so much we could talk about.
I know.
But, I do want to get into, during the summer, we talked about things that we need to do to keep our pets safe. Now we're heading into the winter months. Do you have some tips that people can follow to take care of their animals?
For
or
sure.
Keep their...
My number one tip, and this may seem obvious to some people, but is to keep their animals inside. We see a lot of that where people think, oh, this is an animal, they're more acclimated.
Dog.
And that's certainly not true, especially with the temperatures dropping. So bring them inside. I'm sure a lot of people have heard that phrase, if you're cold, they're cold, bring them in. Another important consideration is rain and getting dogs really dry after they've been out in the rain, because you don't want them to catch pneumonia or hypothermia or anything like that. So just making sure they're really well dried off. And then another consideration is the holidays and not feeding animals table scraps. There are so many holiday food items that contain things that are toxic to both dogs and cats that people don't think about.
Particularly anything
chocolate, onions, garlic, things like that. Bones that are found in turkey.
Oh, the small bones.
And that can be fatal if ingested, and it punctures something. So
good things to keep in mind.
Yes.
Well, and tell us your hours again. How can people come by and just, if they've never been before? Where can they find you, and when can they find you?
So we're at 1247 Century Court, right by the Sonoma County Airport in Santa Rosa. And our adoption hours, where you can come walk our kennels, is 12 to 4:30 Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay. And do you need to sign up in advance if you're going to do one of the foster programs or the day out program?
Yes, the doggy day out program. It's only 2 days a week, Friday and Saturday. And those appointments you can sign up for online, and you can sign up 2 weeks in advance. And we recommend, if you are interested in participating, going on our website Friday and Saturday to look for those available appointments.
And what is your website again?
It's theanimalshelter.org.
Theanimalshelter.org. And, one other thing I just want to talk about, you and I talked about before we came on the air about how you do see an influx of pets during the summer months, but not always as much in the winter unless there's some stormy weather. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so typically when there's a rainstorm or a thunderstorm, even in a rainstorm where we're not actively hearing thunder, animals can hear a little bit better than we can.
That's true.
And so they'll pick up on that, and a lot of animals will get frightened and they'll kind of bolt out, they'll run away. And then some animals, particularly cats, will use scent to get back home if they're lost, and that scent is completely wiped in the rain. And so if we have a really bad rainstorm, we'll see a lot of animals after that, and that's kind of where our winter influx usually comes from.
What are some other ways that people can support the shelter outside of adopting a pet?
Yeah, so fostering is huge. Volunteering at our facility, we're always looking for dog walkers or cat cuddlers. Donating to our facility is great as well, because that benefits our spay-neuter programs. And also sharing our posts on social media. Yeah. We are very active on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
You have great posts.
Yeah, so even sharing those and getting the word out about the animals
helps
at our
spread
facility.
the word. Yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much. And I just want to thank Marlo and C3PO for joining us today. They're instant stars.
They're incredible.
I don't think they'll be with you very long.
I hope not. Yeah. And again, Marlo's adoption fee is sponsored, so he is free.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, thank you, Emma, again for joining us. As a gift, we'd like to give you, excuse me, Marlo doesn't want to end it, but I'm going to offer you a coffee mug. I think you may already have one, or a water flask, or a hat, or one of our other swag items. And Marlo is too excited. I also would like to offer any of these prizes to and our gift certificate for coffee at either Pete's or Starbucks. For those who can be the first to answer our trivia question for today, and that is, what two movies offered scenes that were filmed at the Santa Rosa train station at Railroad Square? And here's a hint: one of those movies was in black and white. If you know, call us at 707-565-2242 or email us at publicaffairs@sonoma-county.org. Also, if you have comments about this or any other segment, or have a suggestion for a topic for a future SoCo Chat discussion, please email us at that same address, publicaffairs@sonoma-county.org. One last note, I would like to let you know that this will be my final episode of SoCo Chat. Beginning in December, I will be starting my next adventure in life that's known as retirement. But I'm happy to say that SoCo Chat, which is nearing the end of its second full year, will be continuing. We started this podcast because we wanted to offer a new platform, a new way for Sonoma County residents to learn about what is going on within the county. It also was our goal to humanize our county workforce and help you to know a little better the people who spend their days serving you and the other 500,000 residents of this county. By the response we have received, this has been an effort that has been well worth it and a tremendous success. I just want to thank all of you who have been regular listeners and those of you who have called or written and provided encouragement and feedback about SoCo Chat. Your letters have helped us in innumerable ways, and we can't thank you enough. And personally, I'd also like to thank all those behind the scenes who have worked hard to make these podcasts happen. They include Matt Brown, Ted Apple, Dan Verkstis, Gina Stalker, and Lee Rodriguez, as well as individuals who have since moved on from the County of Sonoma, but whose contributions have left a lasting impact. And they include Gilbert Martinez, Karina Garcia, and Dave Dahlberg. Thank you to all of them, and thanks to all of you. We hope you will continue to follow SoCo Chat on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and of course YouTube. I know I will. Thank you. And thank you, Emma.
Thank you.